Hello! I am Evernoob, and welcome back to my currently unnamed, I think. I'll have to recheck the footage. I named it Baby Steps in my world folder, but I don't think there's actually a for sure name for this world yet, so... But it is my ongoing hardcore series, and I have had not good luck in this series. I am, currently defeated, as opposed to undefeated in hardcore. I think I've had 4 worlds. This might be the 5th. So, that age-old saying, 5th time's the charm. Ow. That's a bad start. I probably shouldn't run around in F5. But, this episode, my sword is almost patoots. I don't have much iron. I did go a little bit of caving and made some diamond tools. I probably should have made a diamond sword in hindsight, but that's all the diamonds I found before I got scared, because I kind of came into a bigger opening-ish area, and then there was lava in the other ways. So, this episode, I think I'm going to focus on turning that village over there into an iron farm. And I'm going to use my same design, and it's going to work out perfectly because that little pillar right there is already a 3x3, which is what I always use as like the killing chamber. So then I just got to build up and out, and all the villagers are there, so I just got to get a zombie over there. But that's going to be the iron farm, and I think I'm going to get rid of all the villagers there. I stole all their beds already because I've started work over here. This is where I'm going to have my... Rather than do kind of how I did in my survival world, where the villagers are... It's like an actual village, even though I keep them all fenced in and I got to run around. Here I'm just going to do a semi-trading hall kind of thing up this little valley here, all the way, because this goes back into here, and this is what I've added. You can't really see it from up here, but up there is where I'm going to put 2 villagers, make a villager breeder. I'll run around to the other side. But I think this area, I don't really have a theme yet. I kind of just grabbed blocks that I had available. But down in here, there's 2 beds, and then back there's 2 barrels they have access to, and then to block them so only babies go through, there's like there's like 4 beds under here, and there's a little space right there they can get through, but there's slabs so only babies can get there, and they'll fall down in that area I just was into the water. I'm gonna have to set up this thing here. I brought some things. I was a thinkings for once. Where do I want to put this water? Let's just put it here for now because we can always move it. And fill up the bottles. And add those in. And I'm going to have to get, what is it? I need fermented spider eyes. And then golden apples. Which I have a whole bunch of apples. I don't know if I brought... They're on me. Right. I kind of remember what I was doing. And let's throw this in here, and that back in here, and this as well. Yeah, that's all brewing stands I got from the other villages. Because there's that one, that one over there, which I'm going to turn into an iron farm. And then around this is like a big kind of, it's not really an island, it's just circled by a river. But kind of directly opposite this front corner, if you went straight across it, back there's a village. I did a little bit of exploring. There's another one back there. And so that's where I got a lot of the workstation stuff. But yeah, I need to get the villager stuff going because I don't really want to mine too much in this world if possible. I think I'm going to focus a lot more on villager trading. So the first step will be setting up, this will probably be like a curing station in this chamber. Maybe I'll dig back in here. But I got to get a zombie or something in here first, which is fine because I've had those 2 right there. I've had this zombie villager and this drowned in this boat forever, and they're just staying completely healthy. This guy doesn't pick up anything, this drowned, but the zombie villager picked up the hay that I threw him, so I think they're fine for now. They haven't despawned yet. Basically what happened was I brought the I brought the villager over here, and he's just had him sitting here, and eventually That drowned swam all the way up to the surface when I wasn't paying attention and got in the boat with him and converted him. But I grabbed another villager there. I've got 2 of them over here. So I need to start making my way, or making a way for all them over there, which means I probably want to get a lead, which I don't think I have. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out for a wandering trader. Because I thought I had one. I thought I had 2, but I don't know where I put them. Basically, just need to bring them all over, but mainly separate these 2 and get the drowned over there first. And I could probably cure up that villager guy. I just need to figure out a good way to go about doing that where they'll both survive and I won't die as well. So, yeah, I'm going to do some noodling about here and see where we can get to. If I had a lead, I think that would be the most ideal, because then I think I could just place water at the top, let it drip all the way down, and just pull them up the river without having to take them out of the boat. And that might be the best. So I might focus on trying to find a wandering trader and get a lead. But back to villagers. They're the key, I think, with hardcore. At least for me, they are, the way my brain thinks of this game. So I'm going to get to doing some work, and I'll be back in a bit. Well, I decided to tackle the iron farm as well. So, bada bing. There is the rough shape and outline. Now, the next part, as you can see, I've trapped pretty much all these guys in boats. I even got lucky, and there's a drown that came up over here. He won't hold anything. I tried a few times, but I need to get him up there, which I've been kind of just doing little stuff, hoping a wandering trail will come traipsing about, but yeah, no such luck, because I need a lead to get him up there. I've also been wanting some irons. The golems were spawning on occasion around this village, and ever since I trapped all these guys in boats, they haven't been. So, but I want some iron because there's a few things, little details and stuff, but it's my usual, pretty typical iron farm setup. If we go up here, I can show you. Yeah, there's basically 3 little modules on each side of this, and this whole top will be covered up, but there's 3 beds, 3 workstations in each one, and then, yeah, I'm just going to do 2 slabs around the whole thing once I get them up here. Right in here is where our zombie, or in that case the drowned, will sit. And I want to put a little lantern in here, is why I was hoping some golems would spawn. But yeah, it's the same on that side. And then on top, we'll build out a platform for the golems to spawn on, but unfortunately they haven't been spawning. And I think one thing I might do... Whoops. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I found a bit of an issue while I went to get some lava from the nether to cook. I do have some iron in here. I didn't think I had any. Well, do I have anything to cook? Okay, here we go. Perfect. Because what I wanted up there were a lantern right above the head of each of the zombies or whatever. But yeah, I went through here just to gather some lava for cooking stuff. I also changed this, and apparently I created a problem. So I'm gonna... You'll see in just a second. Oh, go in. No. Go in here. These guys... I think 2 or 3 have already died. Get out of here. Perfect. Now, can I push you into here? How can I do this? If I bring him through, will he automatically go through? Wonderful. Okay, rescue mission is underway. We've got 1. So basically, yeah, the plan is to get all these guys up there, but I really want a lead to do that. And it looks like I can bring all of them back, because I didn't know what to do about these guys, but I forgot about that they changed nether portal mechanics when you're riding or what have you. So you guys come here now. There we go. Number 2. Out. We're fine. Just ignore it. Oh my gosh. How did you not burn? Lucky. Let's get healed up and get our final guy. Yeah, I think I lost 2 or 3 of the villagers that were here to this. They came through here and there was just lava, and apparently they wanted to try to swim in that challenge. Alright, you guy, I need you to come down. There we go. Mission villager rescue from the nether complete. We'll just throw you right there. Because maybe I won't put them all up there, but let's see. There's 9 on each side, 18 villagers. I got, probably should have counted when I ran around. I've got this many. 8 or 9 or something, who knows. But it's a start, but I might go try to get a wandering trader to spawn somewhere. And they usually spawn when I'm trying to build something and having troubles, and when they're the least wanted, that's when they appear. Because the other thing I thought of, since we got our iron farm here, I've been planting trees right here. I've got a few different kinds, but I'm also thinking I might, mainly since this will be far enough away, it won't be constantly going all the time. So I want a reason or something to do when I'm over here. So I think I'm actually going to make a tree farm out of the rest of this village area after I kind of clear out all these buildings. I took down the one over there and some of these other ones, but I think this will be like my tree and wood farming area as well. So that way I can come over here and do that, and then the iron farm will just go. But yeah, the next bit of thing is to get the zombies up there, hopefully find a wandering trader. Otherwise, I guess I could go mining and try to find a slime chunk, or try to find a swamp, but I don't really want to venture too far. I'm just trying to get a really easy, no effort at all lead. That I kind of need that part to like finish off that project. So I guess I could have put the lanterns up there, now that I think about it, but I guess maybe the next thing will be to get the villagers I have here maybe moved into the villager breeder and get that area started going. I don't know. What do you think? You just want to go back there, don't you? Anyways, I'll be back in a bit, and hopefully something has happened where either one or both of these projects are done, but I'll have no idea up until that point, so I will see you in a bit. Well, I decided to come over here and fish for a bit while I was waiting for a wandering trader to hopefully get some leads, but no such luck. However, if you look, this was all in like 5 casts. In fact, the Nautilus shells were back to back, and then I got to punch one bow while fishing, so a bit of progress. However, rather than sitting around forever and waiting, I think I'm going to do some venturing. However, I need to make a bed. I don't know if I have any wool over here, though. No. So, we're going to have to swing by over there, because that project is basically stalled while I wait to get the drowned and everything else up there. Yeah, I decided I am going to make this area kind of before the iron farm a tree farm. It'll just be manual, maybe update it in the future, but I've just started kind of planting and growing things. And that's kind of another reason I want to explore, because if we look in here, I did spend some XP. These are the saplings I have right now, and I've got bamboo over at my house, but these are all the saplings yet still to get. So I'm going to venture over here and kind of see what we get. However, I need to grab the bed, and let's go forth and see if we can't find something to add to one of our farms. It would be nice to complete that thing, because I've got maybe 3 iron things left, and it looks like the sun's going down. We could go down that river. Well, I might as well come back here for just a second. Show this other village. I don't know if I've shown it yet. Because like I said, this whole jungle thing is like, there's a river that goes all the way around it. Right down here, there's another village. That's actually where I stole a lot of the workstations for villagers. I can't remember I don't think the river veers off at all. But yeah, there's 2 churches. That's where I got the brewing stand, so I should sleep now. Come on, sleep already. Look at the fireflies are out and everything. Yeah, since I've gone around this ring a few times, I'm pretty sure the river doesn't deviate. It just kind of circles around this little mini jungle thing. So I'm going to take this river up here. Let's see if we can't find... Spruce would be nice. That would kind of fill the common trees, at least, but... Oh my gosh, another village right here. There's a lot of villages around here. What else can we snag? What do you... Ooh, there's one of them special cows. And chickens. We'll just raid this village quick. Well, the good news is I can come over here for more resources. I'm just trying to grab the workstations for the time being. What do you... Fletcher. Okay, there isn't much to this village. Yeah, I think we'll just continue on. The goal is to get more trees. What do you have? Ooh. Ooh, okay. Thank you. That was rude. Nothing much in here. Okay, let's continue on looking for trees. And this may be desert. Up here, possibly, it looks like. And is my river ending? Ooh, there's an outpost there. So I wonder if this is actually desert. It is. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll stumble across... Granted, that won't give us any trees, but maybe we'll stumble across a temple. So we've got an outpost there. There's a well. There's a camel. That means that's another village up there. Because I think they only spawn in desert villages, right? Maybe outposts? But look at that. We've got an outpost. Now, is there a laze trapped anywhere in there? There is iron golems. We'll deal with that another time. Let's just keep kind of going in this general direction because we're not going to find much for trees this way. There's another camel. Is there a village or not? Oh, that's right. They spawn by desert wells as well. So we've got a desert well here. Wonderful. Well, we can come get these guys at another time. Look at that. Another camel off in the distance over yonder. This is a very full camel desert. A desert... What's the word? Populated. My mind is getting all poo brain. Another camel. Okay. There's a desert temple. There's a village. So there's a village, but here is the temple. However, it looks like it might be more and more desert, which is kind of the opposite of getting more trees, which is the goal. Well, that's good. We found an outpost, a temple, a bunch more villages, and some desert wells, but we got camels if we want to go get those. However, I'm going to follow this part. This is kind of doing a circle. This will be back towards the... My words are failing me right now. This is kind of going back towards... Whatchamacallit. Ooh, there's another portal. What do you have? I do need the iron. I'm going to leave some of this behind, actually, because I really don't need it. It's just instinctive to grab all loot. Yeah, we'll just kind of circle our way back, because we're somewhere over there. Like it... Whoa! Oh. Well, that is one new thing down. Look at this right here. Mangrove. And another village. Of course there's another village. There's always another village on this seed, it seems. But this is wonderful. So we at least found another biome. That means there'll be frogs in here, right? Right. Okay. What am I doing? All I really need is the propagules. I can come back here, but I can kind of leave it intact. And let's just get some of those. Might have to clear that out. My computer, as soon as I turn that way, boy, the frames just drop. my old computer don't like that side very much. Okay, we've got 4 mangrove, so that was at least one thing accomplished. So with that, I think I'll head back. I was kind of hoping the wandering trader would just show up while I'm out and about, but yeah, look at that. As soon as I look that way, you can actually just see the transition. Right. Well, let's head back and get away from this madness and just follow wherever this river leads. I'm assuming it leads back eventually. We've got 4 propagules and 1 more tree off the list, so that is good. Ooh, the new... I forget there are other wolf types. Look at you guys. I can geography. Watch me. Home, sweet. Well, not home, but iron farm, sweet, stalled out, waiting iron farm. But we can add this to our tree farm collection. It was sort of my plan. I just laid out the tree farm in sort of a grid pattern that I think I'll want to build around in the future. So it's a bunch of 4x4 spaces for the bigger, like dark oak jungle, all that. And then on this side, it's all 1x1. So let's see. This can come out and be replaced. And bada bing, bada boom. Mangrove complete. I might as well actually plant some, maybe? Although it might be better to harvest all this, since these get all squirrely with how they go about. So, I'm going to get to that, and hopefully by the end of all that, the guy has come here, or I've gotten bored enough to actually just try to brute force these guys up in there. Because that's all, the reason I want the Wandering Trader so bad is literally to make it easy to lift that guy up and into their spot. But if it's not going to be easy, I'll do some bridging and figure out that side of it and just make it happen. Because I've been waiting a while and really no luck yet. So, yeah. I'll be back in a bit. Well, I've been waiting for this Wandering Trader for quite some time and still nothing. In fact, I even took a journey that cost me my bamboo boat. I decided to go back to the mangrove and kind of go just a little past it, and I ran into more savanna and a village, and somewhere over there, my bamboo boat is parked, because I just hopped out and then decided to start crossing on land and forgot to grab it, so I had to make another boat on the way back. So this Wandering Trader now owes me 1 bamboo boat, but besides that, I've mainly just been growing and making these trees over and over again of different types. I'm throwing the saplings in here, wood in here, and then also some wood in these. I'm trying to figure out the layout for whatever this tree farm building is going to be, but yeah, somewhere in there, I kind of ran over this way, the corner this way. So we've got, like, right around this thing's our village, and past that is more kind of sparse jungle, and the mangrove swamp is kind of that way. That way is where we hit that desert and more of this Badlands Mesa, but also I think it opens up to an ocean. So I kind of want to go this way. I have gone that way a bit, and it's a lot of savanna, and so like straight this way, like this sort of quadrant, and then beyond this Badlands Mesa thing that way. I haven't really explored, but I did go this way and got some the hot climate or warm climate cows, which we'll pass right up here in just a second, because I meandered them all the way over. Yeah, right up here I've got some animals penned up, and I recently just got these warm climate cows, some sheep, and then some chickens over in here. So that's good, but they came all the way from the corner over here, which is where I want to continue my journey exploring and hopefully find. Again, I'm just looking mainly for tree types while I wait around for the Wandering Trader, and hoping to kind of stumble upon him by accident, if nothing else. So I kind of want to follow this river further that way and see if we get lucky with any more, if it opens up to spruce or dark oak or something. That's mainly what I'm hoping and looking for along this area, but I figure why not keep on searching. I don't know how far I've journeyed. I haven't wandered too far out of my general area. It's mainly been by boat and doing... Ooh! Is that a shipwreck? Right by land? Let's go back there. Well, it looks like it's like... Right, that's like buried in there. Okay. Looks like it's like buried in this hill. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get lucky and find anything with this. Maybe? Right, I should probably pay attention to daylight. So that would be great to have a creeper just fall on my face while I'm down there trying to unbury a shipwreck. Can we access some of these rooms in the shipwreck? Well, we can get some coal. Not much needed for torches, because I believe I'm running out. Or low, anyway. More bear. There, ooh. Here's a chest. Ooh, I do need some moss. Let's grab all this stuff. Because it'll all be useful, and this is kind of a funny spot for it to be anyway. Okay, we've got a buried treasure map, and I'm getting way full of stuff. So what can I throw away here? So I want this map. I don't know where that is. In fact, I'll leave that. So that is, what was it? Moss was one. Means I think there's probably a treasure chest still. I'll come back to this place with a less insanely full inventory now that I found it. We're gonna take this. This is to remind myself to come back here. There we go. Okay, let's continue forward. That we'll get what we can out of there on the way back, but for the time being, I'm trying to venture out and see. Is that dark oak? I would think dark oak would be the next one that would be most frequent. That looks like regular oak. What? Aha! Well, looky there. Okay, so that's not that far away. There's the hill with the... Right, I just gotta run up there and grab some cherry blossoms. Oh, and they'll have the pink flowers. Sweet! Well, that's one more off the list anyway. And if I get up there, I probably get a good vantage point. Maybe see something off in the distance for the future, but let's just focus on getting up there. Okay, let's grab some of these. We're going to need those. And let's head to the very tippy top of this thing. And see how big... Looks like it goes on for a ways, especially over there. If we look this way... Of course, there's another village. There's a lot of villages on this seed, but it looks like I really need whatchamacthinger. What is it called? Spyglass. That's what I need. I'm really just trying to get a couple of logs and the sapling, and I'll grow the rest back home. Hey, there we go. That's enough right there. This should be everything we need from here, really. I'm gonna go a little bit further, just since this is up on a, what is this biome? Is it a grove? Cherry Grove. And I'm gonna go just a little further beyond. Ooh, is that dark oak? I'm really hoping to get more than one, but I'd be happy with this for the time being. I'm guessing it's not gonna be much different this way, but it is a something in the right direction. And right at the edge here of this whole thing, yet another village. But I don't see any dark oak or anything like that, so... Alrighty then. Well, I'm gonna head back, as this was quite the find, and all of this has been in service of just really wasting time trying to get the wandering trader to show up somewhere. And now we head back and gather what we can on the way, as far as the, that random shipwreck is concerned, but cool. Nice little cherry blossom grove. It actually looks like it gets pretty big too, which is nice. And since I'm on the way back, I might as well try to find, I think there should still be a treasure chest in there. It is funny what I prioritize in this game, because The cherry blossom was much more important to me than the treasure chest in here. But let's go back in there and see if we can't find that. Let's see if I'm thinking of how a ship is. That's the front, so the back would be this way, which means it might actually be this in here somewhere. Right? Or not right? Is there another chest in here? Okay. Let's block that up might quick. Ah! I'm stuck! No! Not like this. Not like this. Oh, I got too complacent. Oh my gosh. That is really upsetting because that might be my dumbest death yet. But at least it's the first one I caught on camera. Oh man, I am so bad at hardcore. Okay. Well, that's game over there. We gotta do it again. Just gotta keep... I have to learn not to be more careful. So, MoreCarefur. We'll call that for now. I cannot... Wandering Trader... I'd like to blame things in the game, but that was really me being dumb. Man, oh man. And we are in the cold. Now the good news about this is I actually really liked my Viking world I was building till I died in that, so we might be onto something here. However, building an iron farm and trying to get it ready is very upsetting to lose progress like that. Oh, I thought like there was a polar bear next to me growling. That would be my next way to go. Die within like a foot of spawn. I am so verily disappointed with that. Right, so I think for this, I'm going to kind of speed run and get a bit ahead and come back once I actually have something to show, because, man, I was liking what I had going in that world. I was literally stuck on the Wandering Trader because I just so badly wanted to get that iron farm running. I really could have just kept doing other things, but, like, I don't know, it kind of became an obsession. It was to get that going. And maybe that's not the way to play hardcore, because I find myself venturing out and doing silly things when I do that. I cannot believe I died that way. I drowned. I literally couldn't move. Man, oh man. Okay, well, this is... Now that I'm looking around, you know, one day I'm going to be really good at hardcore, and everyone who watches my videos is going to be like, wow, that guy, he can't be stopped. And then somebody who's been watching the longest will be like, you should see his first hardcore series. His first hardcore worlds. Dude was a noob. Aha. Perhaps that's where the name comes from. Right, so, right up here, anyways, I'm just kind of flapping my gums because I don't know what to say or talk about now. Once again, on a completely new world, in hardcore, learning from the beginning, once again. And I'm flying all over the map because I'm not... It's been a while since I've done the ice boating thing. Village that way, okay. The key with boating is go on F5. When you're on ice, anyway. It actually is pretty helpful. What I'm going to do is get it set up with something. I'm going to wallow in my sadness over dying like that previously, but then we will focus on the next chapter, which is this world. MoreCarefur. Is that what I called it? I don't even know. I was in such just a tizzy to get started and going again after that my mind is still in that iron farm, I think. So I just need to do new things. Because that is sad. I even just got cherry blossoms too. Ooh. Looks like there's a swamp right over there. In a bat cave. I could live in a bat cave. I could be Batman. Right, so I'm gonna get started doing something. Looks like we go to a swamp over there, and this way's cold, so no plan really for this world yet. I need to take a nice little breather and get past what just happened. This is literally all still in the same clip as me drowning, so the processing hasn't happened yet. I'm trying to avoid dealing with the thought of what just happened, so yeah, I'm gonna do a bit of wandering about, and then I'll come back once, polar bears, they can be mean. I need to do as, Crocodile Dundee called it, a walkabout, and have a thinks. And I think that's an igloo, which perhaps that might be the best starting house I could think of. The most appropriate for me, because I have been failing at getting by in the most basic of things. But an igloo, my word, that's just basic enough to work. And if that isn't an igloo, I've just wandered way over here for no reason. But we have to believe in such things. Are you igloo? Yes. Look at this. Ah, wonderful. Now, if I remember right, isn't it somewhere under one? Right there, okay. I kind of remember how these things work. This is the key with igloos, you see. Wonderful. Hi, I'm your new neighbor. Well, actually, I own the place now. You guys are stuck there. What is in here? Splash potion of wheat. Oh! I can literally cure this guy right now, can't I? I didn't realize they were set up that way. Take that. There we go. This is a much better start to a world. I've already cured a villager. And I'm just gonna stay down here. I'm gonna log out and just watch these guys, because it's time for me to go have an in memoriam for my previous world, and then look to the future while this guy cures. I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Hello. It is important to take accountability in life and things, which is why, as far as the last world is concerned, the wandering trader is entirely accountable for all things bad that happened. I did nothing wrong. Oh man, I just about died in this world again. I started a little mine here. There's a little bit of iron up there. However, I realized upon wandering around here and doing some little things, yeah, I had no food and I was just about to starve. And rather than plant the few seeds I had and just not move and not spend any energy, I decided to walk all the way over to the village, and I got some hay bales. And as I was crafting them down from hay bales to wheat, and then from wheat to bread, I started starving, so I just about died again. So this series, hardcore, has not been my forte. How do I get... I was trying to walk out of my place. Right. Hardcore has not been my forte, as it were. I did gather quite a bit of stuff from the village. And I got some armor, so we're off to kind of an okay start here, I think, as far as things are concerned. Now, one thing I want to get to, because as the series has gone on, it's been kind of 1 step forward, 2 steps back, then 3 steps back, then 2 steps to the side, 1 step forward. So we've never actually gotten to the lore of what I want to do with it. All of my hardcore worlds, I've wanted to create sort of the lore that the civilization and like where I'm living is kind of the primitive remnants of some futuristic event. that took place. So I didn't even get close to that in the first couple because I was just focused on surviving. But I think it was better still. I started, like, that was supposed to be kind of like a prehistoric dinosaur fossil world that a futuristic spaceship had crash landed in. And that was the idea. And then my Viking world, I wanted to make a research facility. And then my Viking area, and that was kind of I never got even close to making it, but that was kind of the idea. So I carried that idea over into that last world where I was making the iron farm, and I was thinking, okay, we'll stick with the research idea or facility again. Well, we never got to it again there either. However, I am still focused on bringing it, and I think this Ice Spikes area, I'm going to have an Arctic research area out here, because beyond the village, which is right over there, there's a swamp, and I think that's going to be my kind of home base of operations. The idea is going to be, I just want to start with the idea for now, because, like I said, I've not been the greatest when it comes to hardcore, so, yeah, maybe somewhere over there we're going to have a research facility, an abandoned one where something went wrong. What that something is, I haven't the foggiest idea. That'll come with more lore, but there always has been this lore idea I wanted to incorporate in these hardcore worlds, and I haven't got to it yet because I have not been all that successful. Now, if I see any kind of opening... Okay. There's a mine shaft right below this. That is wonderful news, however, not wonderful at the current time. Okay, so this world's kind of turning out to be good, much better than I thought. Sword is something. What M sword? This. Because more important than anything, I need to be able to fish to end the episode. There's always the key. And so, if I am smart, there we go. We have enough for a fishing rod. That's all that was needed. And so let's head back up. Wonderful. I was worried about that. Would hate to not be able to end the episode due to fishing. It is the most important thing. But I am so hesitant after how bad I've been doing at hardcore to really venture forth. And so I will calmly just break leaves in the hope that I'll get some inspiration. Man, I do not know what I'm doing. I am literally just wasting time right now, trying to avoid doing things. Okay. I've decided I'm gonna peek my head down there and be as careful as possible. We're being careful. We're being careful. I'm not gonna lie, this is like already more dangerous than I want to be, and I'm only maybe a foot into this thing. But I need resources, you see. Okay. I think that's really all the further we need to venture. Good, we've got a little kind of area here up top where I don't have to worry too much. Okay, so that was successful, and that is enough. Be still, my beating heart. Actually, I'm going to take some of these fences, because they'll come in handy, and some of this. Alright, let's fix it. You! How dare you show your face? What do you have? Absolutely nothing. You've got logs. I want the saplings. You know what you did. Good riddance. Where are your beasts of burden? I need the leads. Where did you come from? Did they get eaten by polar bears? Right. So, distractions aside, I did want to show what I've been working on. Just building up farm stuff mainly. And if you look right here, bada boom. Underneath, I'll show it in a bit, but I started just mining. I wanted to go get some diamonds, and yeah, came across a trial chamber, and I just explored. I found a kind of safe way in. I just kind of spaced out. I was not expecting to see the wandering trader showing his face around these parts, but okay. You guys, we're going to keep you in here. Yeah, I made a little, I want to make this a little bit taller because I've had a few escape. But I made a little rabbit hutch here. And let's see, I'm going to need way more fences than that. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, you guys just calm the flumps down. Okay, there we go. Now you guys are good and ready. Wonderful. Got some rabbits over here. I kind of got a little bit of all the animals around here, but I totally have not been eating rabbits. They're just too cute, you know. There's just no reason to. When you think about it, why would anyone need to hurt rabbits? Okay. Enough being silly. Yeah. Yep, I've just sort of been plugging away at the basics. However, I do want to show down here in the mines. I'll show, because my plan was literally just to go get diamonds. So right here, I was just kind of playing it safe and going really close to where I was, but all the way down here, you can see down there already, I ran directly in to some trial chamber at, like, something or another. Let's see, this is at -16, so I was still mainly just trying to find some place to get diamonds, and I eventually found this little way in. And that clay pot, I think, was right down there. There's some bamboo signs, hanging signs in there, if I remember correctly, but haven't explored it all, and don't really want to, because, yeah, I've got 2 things of armor, so I really want to get diamonds and all that before I do that. Although, I do wonder, as long as there isn't anything around here, could I safely keep going down with my mine? This might be really, really stupid, but I wouldn't mind keep on looking for diamonds if it's somewhat safe. And it looks like it goes back to, yes, it does. Okay. Aha! Finally. I'm not even too far away, really. And I don't have any iron on me for another pickaxe, but that's okay. Let's get these. Looks like a decent vein. Yes, the full 8. And let's just go back now. 8 diamonds. That's enough for a couple pickaxes and whatnot. And we can continue our progress in this world. And why not see, well, arrows. I just don't want there to be a spawner. And that's far enough. Learn the lessons from previous experiences. If I can die to a sunken ship, surely I don't stand a chance in a trial chamber. Another thing is, I have, where is it? Over here, there's a little bit of a lake opening, and that's where I've been growing all my sugarcane. And rather than trying to get super equipped and all that, I think what I might do is, of course, focus on finishing the episode and building myself a little fishing area. I kind of have a spot picked out, and I've kind of cleared it out a bit of the dirt, and right over here I want to build a little fishing outpost, and this will be my little fishing area. Because if I just start doing something, a lot of times I'll kind of zone in, and then whatever I do be doing will end up being what I do. That was not a sentence, but I think you get the idea. I'm going to get to it, and then I'll come back and end the episode once I've developed and probably made a plan, because, yeah, this one's going to be a bit of a chonker with the futzing about in the previous world, so let's see what I can do, and I'll be back in a bit. Bye-bye. Ah, the sun rises on yet another day, and I don't have too much to show. To be honest, I did, let's see, why do I get so turned around? I did go over there and make another little fishing hut to end the episode. However, and where was it? I think it's back here. I covered up that whole area. That was a lava pit with water, so got some obsidian, and that's another portal right over here. Kind of started laying out the boundaries of the research facility. However, this nether portal goes right into the middle of a wide open basalt delta, so I think I might tear that down and move it, as that's not a very good spot, to me anyway. As I was doing that over here, I noticed, where is it? Somewhere in these ice spikes, somewhere there, a little bit of brown, and I came around the side, and it is in fact yet another sunken ship. I somehow lost my last world to a sunken ship. I thought, where's the sun? I thought it was getting dark. Yeah, I came right here and saw this. So it is time for me to seek my vengeance and see what's in here. This one I think should be easier. Right, I don't know how this is laid out at all. I'll just break all this until hopefully find a chest, I suppose. Okay. Well, so far no luck. Is this like a sideways one or something? So while it would be nice to get vengeance on this thing, I don't actually know. Aha! There's something. Okay, that's one chest down. Which, if this is, it must be upside down, and if that's the case, I'm just gonna tunnel through this thing, hoping I find something. Oh, good. Ah, aha! There we go. A goodies chest and much needed iron. Well, I think we can call that good. Some goodies and a treasure map. Now, how close is this treasure? That's another thing. Let's check that out. Ooh, where? It's kind of that way. Which way is home? Is home that way? Let's see if we can't find this treasure. And then I think from there we will call it a day. And the treasure is luckily right on my way home. No. No, it isn't. Right. Okay. So along this coast here, let's put this way so we can get a real good look. Oh. Winner, chicken dinner. I think it is here. Okay, I should be right in this area. Somewhere. Where is it? Where's my treasure? They wouldn't be so dastardly as to put it down a block in stone, would they? Where's this stupid thing? I don't really want to get stuck here at the end of the night. Okay, let's build ourselves a staircase out and head home, because it looks like it's about to be night and I haven't even come close to finding this thing. Right, let's go right back to trying to see. I want to get this treasure so it kind of make my losing streak in hardcore feel somewhat worth it. Maybe get a Heart of the Sea, something unique. Well, I'll see if I can find this, and then we'll end the episode. So I should actually turn some of this into TNT and just go crazy with blowing it up, because I'm not finding anything right now. Where the heck is this thing? I don't really feel like keeping on digging, but in a way I also don't know what else to do. So this is looking... What if I do dig straight down, but the safe way? Uh-huh. I bet you it's all the way down there. Okay. We'll deal with that another time then, because I'm almost positive that it looked like it was gravel down there further. And if I had to guess, that's going to be where the dealio is. So, and we'll come back to this another time. Well, let's go check out my new fishing area instead, as that was what I was mainly working on. It is nothing special, but oh my gosh, that was almost the end of yet another series. That's what I get for carrying around a map like a silly. This thing is dangerous, so let's put it not here. However, that is a whole lot of me doing pretty much nothing. Just getting started in this world after the devastation that happened previously. Man, oh man, me and hardcore, we just don't understand each other, it seems. But kind of like the layout of this new world, if I can ever get my direction sorted, as I always think this whole section here is that way and vice versa when I come out of my house. And I don't know why, what causes it. I may just have to flip my little igloo around or build a proper house, but yeah, I'm just going to keep on grinding away early game stuff. That's kind of boring for the time being because I don't know what else to do, and I don't really want to speed rush ahead, which I think has kind of been the problem in some of my videos, or my hardcore series anyway. Anyways, like if you like, subscribe if you want. I've been Evernoob, and as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.